Hey, yeah,
That was
that's
a
right.
terrible introduction.
It's BRE software. We are live right
Hey,
now.
how's it going, guys?
We'll wait for some people to come on in. We got some
Mm-hmm.
bit of video game stuff we want to talk to you about.
We got a lot of
Upcoming
good stuff.
releases,
Mm-hmm.
reviews, what you all think. So come on in and talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, while the people are coming in, tell me your name and stuff.
Hey, name's Brandon. I'm always back here, hiding in my little corner over here. But I come out and help you guys whenever either nobody else is around or whenever I'm on my shift. And then, what about you? What's your name? I'm pretty sure everybody knows your name because you're always doing videos and stuff.
Well, I think they read the title. If your name's Brandon, my name's Christian.
Or they could call me like Brendan.
Something like that. But anyway, yeah, Christian, work here at BRE Software. You've probably seen me in the videos and whatnot. Instagram, Facebook.
I had some videos too.
Yeah, he's had the videos and stuff. So anyway, we got some video game stuff to talk to you about. Go ahead, Brandon.
Let's see. So, after all the hype about Breath of the Wild coming out and stuff, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and, Lost Horizon, there's some really good games I'm really looking forward to. One of them in particular that I'm really looking forward to is the successor to Banjo-Kazooie, Yooka-Laylee. That game in particular I've been really excited about because they're talking about hopefully, possibly, making it play out like how the old Banjo-Kazooie games used to play. Or Kazooie and Tooie, I should say in particular, because even though I know they try to bring back Banjo-Kazooie with nuts and bolts, honestly, like, the idea of nuts and bolts, although it was interesting, that, get to drive around and stuff, and yeah, you could still play Banjo on foot, but it just wasn't the same that you couldn't, go around the entire, overworld that you go into and collect notes and the Jinzos and everything. I know the Jinzos were in there, but it just didn't hook me as the original ones have when I was younger. But other than that, that's one in particular I'm looking forward to. What about you, Christian?
Yeah, everything he said. By the way, if you have any comments or anything that you want to chime in on, go ahead and type them in and we'll respond accordingly. Yeah. Him, and you might have seen the other guy that works here, Max. They're the big Nintendo guys, Banjo, Kazooie, Mario, Zelda. I'm all about Sony. Crash, Jack and Daxter, Spyro, that's where I live. Mm-hmm. So, in terms of Nintendo, you're going to kind of disinterest me. Like, I ran into somebody yesterday here in the store. I thought I was the only one on the planet who didn't care about the Switch, but turns out he's not into the Switch either. So there's more of us. So if you don't care about the Switch either, reach out, let me know that I'm not alone out here. But anyway, of course, I'm looking forward to the Crash the Crash Insane Trilogy. I mean, who wouldn't be looking forward to the Crash Insane Trilogy? That's my childhood right
I'm
there.
looking forward to it.
You're looking forward to it?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't hear you nearly talking about as much of that Mario.
Mario was generally what I grew up on, at the age of 3 and whatever, and played Mario Brothers 3 and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but Crash was better, so.
Anyways, but in regards to the Crash games, I played that, when the PlayStation came out. The first one I played was actually 2. It was actually at a friend's house. And I went over and was like, oh my god, this guy's hilarious. Like, what is this game? And, he told me the title and everything. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go look into it. So then I played, I went back to the first one, beat all that through. I still hated Reaper more than anything when I first played it. But then after that, I replayed 2. And then when Warped came out, that was the game that solidified, I guess, my love for Crash, even though I don't like it as much as compared to, what I grew up with. But it's still a good game, overall. I still love the levels that, where you're on the not the hoverboat, the freaking jet ski as Coco, or when you had to ride Purr the Tiger and just bolt through, what looked like, the top of the Great Wall of China, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But,
you guys looking forward to Crash? And we need to hear from you. You looking forward to Crash? Looking forward to Mario? Tell us what you're looking forward to. But the pissy thing about Crash with me was I never beat the first one. That's what really. I mean, I beat all the other ones. I beat 2. It was too freaking long. No, yes, it was. It was too freaking. I mean, I beat 2. I beat Warped. I beat Crash Team Racing. I beat Crash Tag Team Racing. I beat all of them. I never beat. It was too long. I was like, when are these islands gonna end? Like every time I turned around, I was on another island. By the way, I know we're talking about Crash and Mario and all that. We have a sale. We have like a trade-in sale going on right now. Like if you bring in your portable stuff, you get like is it 40% extra?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 40% extra on all your trade-in for your portable handhelds, like your Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Colors, 3DS. Yeah, pull them out, all that good stuff. So yeah, bring that stuff in, by the way. But yeah, so yeah, of course, Crash.
And PSPs.
Yeah, PSPs. Yeah. But hey, Tekken 7.
Tekken 7. I'm kind of excited for it just because I like fighting games in general. The Tekken series has always, been good. I never really had any issues with it.
I enjoyed it. It just kind of seemed. I mean, it was the earliest were better in my opinion. Especially Tekken 2, Tekken 3. Tekken 2 and Tekken 3, you can't go wrong. After that, it kind of got a little
It made me sad that they had to pull back Roger Jr.
Let's not talk about that.
Well, let's talk about it because I'm pretty sure some of the people here don't know about it.
Okay, tell the people because I'm still irritated.
Why do I have to tell the people?
Because I'm mad. Because stupid Peter, who cares about it? I mean, I don't want to be offensive. I mean, if there's some of you out there who care about the animals, then yeah, but it's a video game. I mean, you do realize that actual kangaroo's not getting hit. I hope you guys understand that.
When they care more about the kangaroo.
Yeah, they're not actually. For those of you that don't know, he was taken out of the video game because there was a big stink about animal rights and animals being.
They basically just wanted
abused.
to avoid it.
Right.
I mean, it's like, let's put, so it's like, you had Roger Jr. in the first few games for, this long. It's like, why worry about it now?
But you know what the interesting thing there is? They kicked up all that sand behind Roger, but we've got Crash Bandicoot falling into pits and being burned and...
Because Bandicoot lives matter?
Bandicoot, is that okay.
Anyways, alright, let's think. What else is coming around? Oh, yeah, around the corner's Injustice 2.
Yeah, you talking about that.
What? You don't want to talk about your favorite Saturday morning cartoon superheroes?
Yeah. I wasn't an Injustice fan. See, that's the other thing. He's a DC head, I'm a Marvel head, so...
One day they'll make a Marvel fighting game, I guess? I don't know.
They said one.
Well, either way, Injustice 2 is around the corner, and that I'm also looking forward to because a lot of my friends play it, and nothing like playing your old, like I said, comic book heroes or even Saturday morning cartoon superheroes. And I think the one I'm in particular gonna play is who would I want to play? I can't think of the top of my head right now. There's so many characters, and I know they're adding more. I even saw the DLC that they're going to be adding Sub-Zero as the guest character, and they're also adding Raiden in there as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, they're adding them in as guest characters because Scorpion was the guest character in the last one. Joker doesn't look too bad, even though his moveset looks kind of similar to the first one. They did tweak some things here and there to make it a little bit different, but not too much. Honestly, I probably might even play Wonder Woman. Honestly. I mean, she looks fun. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there might be a lot of Batmans and Supermans out there, along with Robin and Nightwing. Well, not kidding. Nightwing was heavily played in the last game. I think Aquaman was too, but I could be wrong because I didn't play it as often or online a lot or competitively either. I'm just going off from what I heard from those that did. But other than that, that game's around the corner, and hey, we could talk about since it was just released a few days ago. What about Mario Kart 8? What do you think about it?
I don't know. Again, Nintendo, Sony. I've never been a big Mario. I mean, I played them, but from what I read, I did at least because that's my job. I have to look at the at least the reviews and stuff. Looked like people were pretty impressed with it and pretty happy with it. What do you think?
Well, I had my hands on it a few days ago, and I'll say, even though, it's just another rendition of Mario Kart 8, they added a ton more stages.
I was wondering, I will say this, when I heard about Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I was wondering if it was just going to be a souped-up version of Mario Kart from the Wii, or if they were actually going to do some tweaking to it. So, was that the case?
They had the same characters from Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but they added more characters. They added a Splatoon character, they added... I think they had another Animal Crossing character, I think. I could be wrong, don't put me on this.
I see we got 4 or 5 viewers. Hey, tell us if you played Mario Kart 8, tell us what you think while he's giving us
Yeah, there's that, and I know they added a lot more stages. They also added online battle mode. I was like, wow, that's sick, because, you remember battle mode? you could only do that locally. Like, you couldn't go online and do it. Like, the fact that you could do online battle mode is hilarious and just caused so much stuff. I think they had, like, a bomb battle in there, too. Just, like, throwing bombs and causing explosions and everything. It's great. I thought that was, like, kind of interesting that they added that. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I did it for a bit. It was hilarious. Like, I didn't even care if I lost or whatever. That's just the fact that I could finally play battle online with other people instead of, like, having to do it locally whenever I had friends around at the house. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, I found that interesting. But, and they added, or they've had a 200cc on it for those of you, if you haven't played Mario Kart 8 yet. 200cc's. It's out there. It's definitely something else, but it was a lot of fun. And for those of you that didn't have a Wii U and do plan to get a Switch, I definitely recommend getting it. It's definitely a good pickup.
You know what game I was talking with a customer about that we were surprised did not come out on the Wii or the Wii U? Mario Super Strikers.
Mario Strikers Charged or Super Mario Strikers. Basically, those are the two Mario Strikers games.
Yeah, either, because
I honestly wouldn't mind it. Like, the Mario sports games in themselves, like, they were fun. Like, I loved Mario Golf. I loved Mario Tennis. Mario Strikers, like...
Well, I was super excited to see Mario Tennis on Wii U.
Well, yeah.
Like that almost made me buy a Wii U. Because, mind you, for those of you who haven't been to the store yet, let me update you. I've been on strike. I will not buy a Wii U. I just don't like Nintendo. But I will not buy an Xbox One, and I would not buy a PS4 because at the time they were not backwards compatible, and I am tired of plugging in multiple systems if I want to play them. That is stupid and ridiculous, and Sony and Microsoft are dumb for doing that. Do you see? I mean, you've come in our store and okay, I'm not going to rant, but that's why I was on strike. But anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, well, I kind of just lost my place after that.
Sorry about that. I was just sharing. Sorry. It's a share time.
Wii U is unfair. Wii U is unfair.
So, but anyway, we were talking about the Mario Tennis. I was very excited to see Mario Tennis
Mario Sports
Wii U because that was an awesome game.
Yeah, Mario Sports games in general, like especially like when the GameCube rolled around, they threw out baseball. I was like, I wasn't too sure of it at first, but until I touched it and played it, I was like, oh my god, this is so fun. And then when Strikers came out, I was like, they made a Mario soccer game? And it's just like a complete brawl out? Like, that's hilarious. Like, it's fun. And then when Strikers Charged came out on the Wii U, when they added online play, oh my god. Like, it was just like, nothing like an action-packed soccer game that, aside from, just kicking around the ball and trying to make, like, absurd, crazy shots, you had explosions everywhere. And, some of the courses I remember, they would, like, tilt depending on wherever you, like, drop stuff, like a chain chomp or, an explosive, like a bomb or something. But, oh, man. And I think the person I always played on there was either DK or Daisy. But, what about you? Who'd you play?
On which one?
Charged, or even just the regular Mario Strikers on the GameCube.
I stuck with Mario. Yeah, I'm boring. I'm sorry. But hey, did you hear about this? And I put up the article so we can kind of go through that.
Well, it's not here.
Okay.
Right, somebody just walked in. The Call of Duty Big Zombie downloadable character pack price. Cool video, you guys. This is my new Super Nintendo brand.
Hey! Good stuff.
The Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombie downloadable character price, which is apparently people are freaking out about that. $30.
$30 for
the Zombies Chronicles. And apparently, the map is also going to be an additional 15.
What?
Right.
We don't need that much money for maps, or I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't play the Call of Duty games. Like, the only remote shooters I'll ever touch is Halo or Gears of War. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, the last Call of Duty game I've ever played, I at least ended on a good note was Modern Warfare, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. There you go. But other than that, never really played it. Like, the last time I ever touched it was for zombies, and I like survival horde games like that. Like, that's what it reminded me of, is horde mode from Gears. I was like, okay, it should be fun, and I got a kick out of it. But it's like, with DLC maps and etc. Like, I don't think you need to pay $15. Like, if anything, like 2, 3, maybe 5 at the most.
Well, apparently
But-
this is also
What?
going to have a bunch of crap that everybody already has in the Black Ops that they already had to download in Black Ops. They say they're pretty much having to pay. They're double dipping, if you will. So,
But wouldn't they have a deduction on it if you already own some of it?
one would think
I hope so.
it absolutely.
It can't.
DLC
Yeah,
is
DLC
horrendous.
DLC can
Absolutely.
be horrendous. Like, it depends. Like, you know, like I don't mind paying. Like,
I'd mind it.
well, here's the thing.
mind.
Well, I mean, it's like this is the thing. Like, you know, like it's back and forth on what people can take on DLC. Like, you know, DLC is like, oh, you know, cool new stuff is coming out. That's great. And then I know that there's the opposition saying like, you know, if it's already on the disc, why can't we just unlock it back then, like how we did on like the Super Nintendo
That was
or
about to be
anything?
my question. What happened to the good old days where I just had to search online for the password?
Oh yeah, the cheat code.
Yeah, the cheat code. I had to go look for the cheat code,
Mm-hmm.
and then once I found the cheat code, put it, and I unlocked it. Why do I have to pay for it now?
I don't know. It's like I said, it's mixed, but you know, I understand that it's just a little. It's a way to, you know, rake in just slightly more. But it's like even then, like DLC in itself, like I don't think should be that much unless if it's like a huge content like overload.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like honestly, it really shouldn't be that much. Like, you know, with Smash Brothers, for example, like on the Wii U, you had to pay like $5 per new character that came out, like Bayonetta and stuff.
Oh,
That's fine, man. All right, I'll take over here for now. But other than that, generally, like you had to pay for Bayonetta. You had to pay for.
Yep, I can help you. Oh, okay.
Okay.
We got a customer in. Don't pay. Yeah.
But anyways, we had to pay for Bayonetta. We had to pay for Cloud and Lucas and Roy, and they had like a bundle deal. Like it was like 6 characters for 20, I believe. Okay. And I just did it.
Don't mind
boss
him.
man.
He was keep going.
But anyways, like, you know, I don't mind paying like $5 for an extra character, but you know, if you have to do a singularity, it does add up to be a little bit more. That's why it's like I kind of wait for a while after the DLC is initially released because I feel something else is going to come out later, and that usually is the case. And then they come out with this like huge bundle deal with all the DLCs that came out prior for a fraction of buying them individually as, you know, time gradually went on. So, you know, thanks to patience, that's how I was able to, you know, save me like about what, $20, $15 even. But other than that, like, that's generally how I feel on DLC.
Right now.
We also touch on in the summer. I know on the Switch, Splatoon 2 is going to be coming out.
Is that Nintendo again?
Well, I know it's
Is that
Nintendo.
Nintendo again?
Well, yeah, but it's like, you know, generally, like, we could talk.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yes, Splatoon 2 is coming out.
Have you ever tried it or played it?
No, that was one I didn't jump into. I'm sorry.
But Splatoon is so fun. I mean, like, think about it. They made a shooter, but, you know, for kids, and you're shooting ink. Like,
Yeah, what have I been missing
you know,
out
their
on?
shotgun is a paint roller, and it's just like.
Yeah, clearly I haven't been living life yet because I haven't shot ink out of a gun on a game. Yeah.
Right? It's almost like, you know, you're like water guns, but like in all honesty, like, you know, when I actually did the beta testing for it, you know, for its online multiplayer, it was so fun. Like Splatoon in itself, like honestly, like with the story mode, like I wasn't too keen with it, but that's just me personally. I mean, pretty sure for everybody else, like they loved it. But what really like got me was, you know, with the multiplayer. And, you know, with the Switch, now that you're able to do 8-player multiplayer locally, just wirelessly off each other's Switches, that's crazy. It's nuts. And, like, there's nothing better I would want to do than, like, you know, example, like, going to college with other people that possibly might have their Switches on them on hand and just play right then and there against other people. Like, that just sounds so fun. Especially, you know, like another one, Mario Kart 8. You could do it with that, too. And, you know, other multiplayer games that'll be coming out in the future. Like, I know ARMS is going to be coming out.
I know you don't care much about this at all, this topic at all. Another thing about me, see, I used to be really, really big on RPG. Not so much anymore. But sports, I'm all about the NBA and the Madden and the golf, and that's me right now.
Was her hippin' and hoppin' and zoopin' and a boppin'?
You stop that. Anyway, I saw yesterday that the new NBA 2K18, Shaquille O'Neal is the legend. You know, every year they have a legend that is on in their legend series that they include on the cover. Last year was Kobe. This year was Shaq. This year coming up it's Shaq. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know because Jordan got it. Jordan's gotten it already. Kobe's gotten it. Kobe got it last year. I don't know why I'm kind of on the fence about Shaq. And apparently, you know, you get you pay $100 for the title. You get the jersey and a poster and some other useless crap. So
It might not be useless to them.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you might.
Wow! Exposed. You heard it right
Well,
here. You don't care
useless
about your
to me. I want the video game. I want the video.
That's
But
too
Shaq,
much.
I don't know. Do you follow basketball at all?
Not that often, no.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any, and I mean he is well deserving. I mean he's a legend, but I'm trying to see if there's any basketball players that I felt should have Magic easily could have gotten it. Shaq, I don't know, but hey, live and let live.
Is the Legends only limited to those that are already retired?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I think
Because I was already going to say LeBron, but I know he's not.
how dare you?
What?
Legend he is not. But anyway,
Just-
yeah, legend he is. Yeah, legend he is not. Not even close. Not even a little bit. That wasn't even an okay statement. But anyway, we posted something that it got quite a bit of feedback some while ago, and I wanted to talk to you about that. A Call of Duty movie.
Oh.
I thought,
That.
you know, I thought that some of you might be kind of like, no, I have no use for that at all whatsoever. And a lot of you were kind of like, if you know, some of you said that if it followed like the history themes, you'd be okay with that, which he did not agree with at all because he was like, just go watch the History Channel. But I actually think, I've been thinking about this, I think a Call of Duty movie would be good. Reason being is, if they did a Call of Duty movie, like around, let's say Halloween, and they followed the ghost.
Is it going to be Call of Duty Zombies, the movie?
Why not? Why not?
Let's make a movie about a survival part.
They could make a killing. They could make if it's done correctly, if they get the right director, and I don't see a problem with it anymore.
Well, the idea of it is already making a killing to me.
This is what I put up with every day.
Yeah, but ain't it fun though?
I don't know. I think I personally think a Call of Duty movie would be nice. I mean, if they're making everything else into a movie, why not?
And I'm also kind of mixed on Call of Duty World at War II. Or World War II.
World War II,
I
why?
almost said World at War, my bad.
For me,
Okay.
it's going back to its.
Okay.
I think that's going to. I think
didn't
that's
fin-
going to save it. I think that's going to save
Okay,
it. But,
but-
okay, go ahead and finish.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Let me. He's killing me here. Okay, so Call of Duty 3, I understand that it took place in World War II. And with Call of Duty World War II is basically, I understand, it's going back to that. But I feel like they could have possibly done another one, like, or a different period, rather than, you know, doing it over again on 3. But like I said, like, don't take me on this. Like, I don't play Call of Duty almost often at all. But
Then why do you have an opinion?
well, just wait.
What-
This is just my opinion from what I, have.
Okay,
Just what I have to go
okay,
off of.
alright.
I mean, they're more than welcome to, comment on it. That's totally fine. And, I mean, like, that's what the discussion is. Like, back and forth. But in regards to Call of Duty World War II, like, the fact that they're going back to the idea that, oh, you're not going to be able to, survive, like, heal, after being shot like 3 times, almost near-death experience every time, somehow go back to full health. No, they're making that, it count. Like, if you get shot 3 times and you're low on health, you ain't going to recover.
Right.
So it basically brings back that realistic feeling. That's why that's why I find appreciative about it, that they're finally going back to that, rather than like, oh, we're going to go to the future, Back to the Future 4. I'm just out of here.
Well,
But-
I think we all can agree that Infinite Warfare was just not a good idea.
Yeah, and it's like, it also makes me like kind of itched out on the fact that they did remake Modern Warfare or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on Infinite Warfare, but it doesn't look as good as they
Mass Effect
originally did it
Andromeda?
on the 360. Like mic drop.
I mean, but let's be real. I mean, there's not been a game that's come out yet that looks as good as Mass Effect Andromeda. I
Well,
mean,
in its initial release, no, but after they patched it up and fixed it, then it looks fine.
so I don't.
But let's talk about the Krogan fight. I was like, oh my god. The Krogan fight in there was hilarious. Like, I was in tears just watching it go on. And, like, how he tripped is like he just, like, levitated and just, like, fell on his side. I was like, oh, okay. But, like, Mass Effect Andromeda in itself, like, maybe if they just had just a little bit more time on tweaking, you
Everything.
know, well, generally, like, the characters and also, you know, people not glitching into, or not glitching, I would say, like, you know, jump into, like, rock formations that you couldn't even shoot at, then it probably would have been totally fine. But it was definitely, like I said, in my honest opinion, probably a big letdown. And, you know, for some of those that are, you know, the Mass Effect fans out there, there's always going to be, you know, one or other side of the spectrum. Like, there's never going to be, they all said this or they all said that.
Well, coming off of what they came off of with the first three, I think it was a big fat letdown. I mean, you had a lot of people with as much money as they put into it. You had a lot of people looking forward to this game, and to get the quality of what we got,
Yeah.
not okay. Not okay.
I don't think it was.
Anyway, what do you guys think? I know we're up here talking. We still want to hear from you. Your comments. Call of Duty movie. Call of Duty World War II. Mass Effect Andromeda. Let us know what you think about all this stuff that's coming out. We talked about Crash. You know, that's coming out next month.
Oh yeah, somebody...
That's why I'm breaking my strike. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and break my strike.
Oh, and well, in regards to Crash, you know that there's a contest that they had that they're going to be adding in like a new animation for him.
Really? Had not heard.
Well,
Continue.
it's already been over and done with. But basically, what happened was they had a contest going on for it that whoever won the contest was going to have their animation featured in the game. It's going to be done by them themselves and be implemented into the game. I forgot the person that won it, but I remember that it was a volleyball animation. So basically, Crash brings out a lump of fruit. He goes like this. He's looking at Aku. And he's like, you know, nodding at him. Then they're going like this back and forth playing volleyball. Then Aku spikes it in his face and then just fruits all over his face. And he's just like, oh, okay. I mean, it was really pretty cool that, you know, like, and I think it was a brother and sister. I could be wrong. Like, don't keep me on that. But I know that it was two people in particular that were working on it together. But it was just like, you know, a simple drawing. But I guess they liked the idea so much that, you know, they figured that one was going to be the winner. And now it's going to be implemented into the game. He'll be able to see it.
Sweet.
But in order to see it, I think they made it to where you have to have Aku by your side.
You guys know if Xbox is coming out with VR this year with the Scorpio? I haven't heard that they are. I haven't heard that they are. I think Microsoft has a lot hinging on this Scorpio because Microsoft has been dipping very badly in terms of content, in terms of the fluidity of their actual console. Sony's kind of been kicking their tail.
Yeah. Well, here's the only thing that I'm happy with what they've done was that they've added what's called a virtual library.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't know if that feature is on there right now, but I do know that there's going to be a feature out there that they have a whole library of games. I think they said there's going to be over 100, but I know right now there's probably not that many. I'd say around 60, give or take. But basically, it's going to be like a membership thing. And with the membership, I think you pay about $10 to $15 a month, but you have access to every single one of those 360 games in their library for free. And you could play them as much as you want, no matter what, as long as you have the subscription. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea.
I'm glad you asked about that VR, by the way, because I got something to say about that. But keep going.
Oh, you mean with PlayStation's virtual reality?
Yeah. Because somebody recently asked me, you know, actually a few people have asked me if I was going to buy one. Or I'm kind of waiting because there's not that many games out yet for the VR, and I don't want to pay.
Resident Evil 7.
Okay, you know what? Tell everybody about your VR experience.
Oh my god!
This guy played. He actually did. I haven't done the VR yet. He did the PS4 VR with Resident Evil 7. Go ahead.
It was something else. Like, you know, I mean, with Resident Evil 7, you know, they brought back the scary factor of what the game in its entirety was supposed to be. Because I understand, you know, with 5 and 6, it was definitely more action based and not like jump at you, make you feel pressured, and you're like, what if this is around that corner? And they make you limited on ammo again, instead of you like, oh, let me just break this, automatically ammo will be in there no matter what. Like the fact that they bring back the limitation of what you're able to get, and you have to do certain things to find like the secret rooms that I know there's a few keys that you had to find in the game, but they didn't tell you about it. But if you did find those keys, it took you to not like a safe room, but basically is a room in particular in the house that you can only reach after you beat a certain part of the game. That you would have to backtrack to and go open it, and then they give you. I remember one of the guns being a flamethrower.
Okay.
But with the virtual reality sense to it, it made it a lot more. I'm not one for what is it? Not jump scares, but anything that makes me feel pressured, something is coming, and I don't know what it is, and then just to suddenly appear in my face, it was great, to make you feel like you're right then and there, right in front of it, it's great, but honestly, I will probably wait until the price deducts.
Dude, I've been wanting to play that. Imagine playing it on Resident Evil 4 if they could do that.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 4 with the regenerator? Oh no! And then you just see him hug you, then bring you to him? No, I don't want to do that. Or get my head cut off by a chainsaw, you just see it plop, and you're like, oh no. That'd be terrible.
Now, I will say this. If they start coming out with sports VRs, that's what's ultimately gonna.
Well, they give you the actual feeling of being tackled and be like, oh, God's sake.
Well, okay, okay. So you think that Resident Evil 7 is scary? Imagine a 500-pound linebacker running at you, and I know you're not gonna actually feel it, but I mean, I'd have to probably snatch that off because that's.
Yeah. He's more scared of a football player than a virus that could kill you.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm dead.
Either way,
I'm dead. RE4 would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about. Anything that
Overwatch VR.
Overwatch VR. Oh no, you be a pro Genji main with VR? No. Or Hanzo just be like this in the back? No. I think it'd be fun doing VR on Diva, running it, going in with your booster, going in. But
yeah, I'm just letting him go in because he's clearly having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many different possibilities with games that you could do with virtual reality. Exactly. Imagine if you could go back into adventure games, even GoldenEye virtual reality.
That I wouldn't mind either. If they made some throwback VR games, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Throwback or Doom.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Contra VR.
Yeah.
No, but virtual reality brings open a whole new possibility of these different games that could come out, and that I'm really excited about. But I am probably gonna wait until it possibly maybe become cheaper. Because I'm
absolutely waiting until it becomes cheaper because I'm not. How much is it right now?
I think it's $450.
No, not gonna happen.
I could be wrong, but from what I last saw, I think it's $450.
Yeah, no.
It's cool, but.
And how many games? I don't think there aren't even that many games out for it right now, so it's.
Yeah, but at least there's a good one.
I feel like I feel like I'm peeing away my money. I mean, I at least want a wide variety to be able to.
The only thing on PlayStation it lags on is the joystick. If you turn left or right, it causes sickness. Yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, it can because it's as you're trying to move, you're because basically with the VR helmet, you're basically just moving the head.
Right.
Because you still have to move the controller to move the person.
Right.
And it can feel interesting or weird until you get the feeling of doing it, because it's you're trying to do I'm going to go right, but then your head moves left. You're like, oh my god. And you're just oh. You're just out of there and gone. But once you get the feel of it, then it's you're fine with it, because it's you're basically trying to move two things at once, because you're trying to pay attention to something else while you're moving. I don't know. It's just a bunch of things in your nerves and stuff that
so
could give you that sickness feeling. But other than that, I think it's still a great thing to come around here, especially.
What do you think we have to look forward to at E3 next month?
Well, I know Nintendo hasn't done any announcements aside from from their showcase in March, but other than that, they really haven't I'm waiting to see like what other titles they'll have at the end of the year aside from Mario Odyssey.
Okay, yeah. I think that I kind of get the feeling that they are storing up all their big announcements to.
That's what they usually do because like
Yeah.
right now, since we're in May, like it's literally like 2 months away. So everybody's packing up everything like okay, then we're just gonna blow this all out of the water. Because I already know Microsoft is probably still saving up about regarding their Scorpio or
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. And then I've been hearing small rumors about a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
that-
we
but
actually
they-
just posted. We actually just posted that PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually just posted that article. There's a guy, I can't remember what his name is, but he's accurately predicted the release dates for the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and he's saying that at the back end of 2018, the PS5 will be coming out. And so everybody's kind of wondering, are we ready for a next gen? Because would you consider the Scorpio to be next gen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because like the
There
next
was
gen
a-
systems would be like
there was-
since we had the Wii U, Xbox One, PS4, the next gen systems would be the Switch, PS5, and the Scorpio.
Yeah, there was some debate about that, whether the Scorpio was actually considered next gen or not. But yeah, so he's saying that the PS5 we could be looking forward to that. Now he doesn't work for anybody. He doesn't, he's not some exec. He doesn't work for any of the companies. He's just accurately predicted when these consoles are coming out. So he's saying back into 2018, right? Back into 2018, the PS5. I think it's a little past due myself. So, but
Well, I mean, it's about the right time. One new console came out, and then we have 2 others to look forward to.
right.
And I think honestly, like we still have a bunch of features left to look forward to on the Switch. Like, we still have to look forward to for their Virtual Console for the GameCube.
Right.
Because we still have that. They are going to be adding like an online membership, but they said it's only going to be like $10.
Okay, that's not bad.
I know, and people were like, "Oh my god, we have to pay for online," and we didn't have to pay online for the Wii or the Wii U at all. But that's probably because they're going to be adding a lot more features.
Yeah.
And who knows? Like, what if their Virtual Console for the GameCube allows you to play all those games that they have in their library for free, just like the Xbox did for their 360 games for Xbox One?
Right.
You never know. Like, we don't know like all the nitpick information. Like, we're just going off what they told us.
Right.
Um.
So I know we got we'll probably have to wrap up in a minute, but we were talking about because something just came to mind. I'm gonna see what you guys think. Want to see what you think. We were talking about movies. If a Call of Duty movie were to be made, and you see how all these movies lately, games are being turned into movies and all of that. What would you think about a Zelda movie?
There's a.
Is it?
Well,
No, it's not Legend of Zelda.
I didn't even get to.
He's about to make me sound
He
crazy.
ain't gonna let me
Yeah,
start.
I was like, wait, when did this occur? I was like, when did this occur? Yeah, no, Legend of Zelda movie.
There's just been. I honestly wouldn't mind it. I really would not.
Do you guys
Like-
while he's
like,
talking,
we-
tell us what you think.
Like
A
honestly,
Legend of
like
Zelda
we
movie?
don't know like how that would turn out, because video game movies, there's only like one in particular that was okay.
Okay, which was in your opinion?
Mortal Kombat. Hey, compare that to the original Super Mario Brothers movie that they did with Bob Hoskins.
Netflix.
Yeah, they did talk about something about a Legend of Zelda thing being on Netflix too.
Oh, did
And Nintendo was going to be in collaboration with it and making it happen. But like it was just they haven't like set in stone that they were going
they?
to
It was
do
just kind of talk.
That it is talked
Yeah.
about, but it's like I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't even mind if they had
Mortal
a series on it.
Kombat was okay. I liked, and it got dogged. I mean, it got. I liked Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
That's fine.
I like. No, a lot of people said it was cheesy. They said it was stupid.
But like think about it. Like back those years ago, like it was cool at the time.
But
Like,
I still like it. I still like the movie.
I saw both of the movies on VHS.
Yeah. What? No, I still have my VHSs too. I'm kidding. But no, I like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Street Fighter.
Like the whole long shot that he did.
Street Fighter, I could have done without.
Oh no, I remember the Street Fighter movie though.
Yeah, the Street Fighter movie, I unfortunately could have done.
Yeah, like they were cool at their
without that.
time. Like at the time, like when those
It was
movies were made,
cool.
like the Street Fighter movie, a Mario Brothers movie, like all those video game movies that were made back
I
then.
never saw the Mario Brothers movie. The Need for Speed movie was stupid.
Well, either way, it's like, movies that, were done back then, like, early on.
But I think
they were fine.
I think they could pull them off now. I think they could.
I mean, they pulled off, I will say that they did pull off on, well, we could touch online games a little bit. They touched Warcraft really well.
Game that was underrated, King of Fighters.
Yeah, King of Fighters. Oh man, I don't even know if they might do another one next year, but the King of Fighters games was definitely a lot of fun. I always used to play with Kay, Iori, and what was her name? I think it was either Athena or Angel. Well, both of them were characters in there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who was in my trio. But either way, those are the characters I generally played. But yeah, King of Fighters, I don't know how I would feel in a movie about it, but if it was an animated movie by the company, then sure, by all means. They know the characters more than anything. What do you feel about it?
Which one?
King of Fighters.
It was cool.
If they made an animated series, if they make an animated series on
I loved animated. The games like that, like King of Fighters, I would love to, and I think that's one of the things that kind of, I don't want to say hurt the video games, but they got away from the animated series because a lot of the games like X-Men and Street Fighter, they turned them into animated series, which made us and the adolescents fall in love with them even more, which turned therefore into product sales for the video games, because you're seeing it on television. The kid wants to play as who they're seeing on TV. So yeah, King of Fighters, I think they're sitting on a gold mine and I think that would be an excellent Netflix animated series.
Well, it wouldn't have to be just Netflix either. It could even be just an online thing as well. Because I remember that they did an animated thing for Street Fighter.
The reason why I said Netflix is because they have all these Netflix exclusive shows, and I think that would fit right in. But
Netflix and chill with King of Fighters.
Wow. Anyway, it's almost 2:30. We're gonna wrap. Thanks all of you guys that came and chimed in and came and talked to us, and thanks a lot. This is our first live. We're gonna be going live quite often, so yeah, this is it. We'll talk to you all.